Now, the first step to having the best going down on my list today is to always start slow. Now, my kings, I know I've mentioned it on here that I think at this point, it is safe to say that starting slow is our slogan on this channel because it's something we've repeated time and time again. And this is just to show you that it is very important that especially with things that has to do with the other room and the going down, you always start slow. Here's what it does. When you start slow, you buy yourself enough time to actually be in the moment and enjoy the moment. And you also buy yourself enough time to pleasure your woman. Now, it is a known fact that kings are easier to get there than women. So with a pleasure, a king can just, go in immediately and in a few minutes he's fine. But with women, just for us to even get ready and be in the moment with you takes some minutes before we actually now start working towards getting there. So yes, my kings, always start slow. Yes, I know you want to do the thing, you want to enjoy your moment, but make sure you're taking it a step at a time. Like I said, it always wins. When you rush into it, you're going to ruin the moment for both you and your partner. Another way to have the best going down is to stop worrying about lasting long. Now, my kings, here's the thing. When you are worried too much about how long you will last, or will you be able to last long enough to satisfy her, or I hope I will not be the one that she will go and say, I'm a 2 minutes man. Because you're so worried and anxious about that, you might actually end up not lasting long. You might actually end up getting there in a very short time. And that is why it is something you should not worry about. Because here's the trick, because you're worrying about it, your mind is on it. So you are constantly thinking about it. Your mind is constantly afraid of actually doing it. And because you're afraid of it, because your mind is set on it, the opportunities of it happening, the chances of it happening is very, very high. That is why, my kings, you should stop worrying about it. Just be in the moment. The whole point here is to enjoy that passionate moment with your woman. So if you are not focused on that and you are rather focused on whether you will last long or not, you will ruin things for both yourself and the woman. Just free your mind. You are already starting slow, so just continue to do your thing. Do your thing with your woman. Work on having that pleasurable, deep, intimate moment instead of worrying about how long you last. Because worrying about it definitely will ruin things for you, like I mentioned. Another way to have the best going down is to pay less attention to penetration. Now, my kings, it is a known fact that a lot of kings focus so much on the penetration that they neglect other things. As a king on this channel, you should already know this. But if this is the first time you're hearing it, please focus less on penetration. A lot of women do not get their true penetration. Some do, but a lot do not. So if you are so focused on that, you would end up only getting the pleasure for yourself and not for the woman. And that will definitely ruin things for you because the goal here is to make sure that you're having as much fun as she is having. You're enjoying the moment as much as she's enjoying it. You're getting as much pleasure as she's getting it. If you're able to get a woman to that point where she feels that connection, that intimacy, that bond, that pleasure, the highs and lows. She feels every moment, every beat of her body feels something in the moment she's spending with you. She is in the moment. She shivers at every touch. You always do things that gets her in her feelings. Then you know that you're doing something right. You're having the best time. And here is the thing. Because you're doing something right, because you're giving her the right shivers, because you're taking her where she wants to be taken, she would definitely reciprocate because it is just natural with us women. When you're giving us all that pleasure, we feel like we have to also make sure we are giving you some. So because you're giving it to her, she would also be giving it to you, and then the both of you would end up enjoying that moment. So yes, my kings, if your goal is to have the best going down, make sure you pay less attention to penetration. Another way to have the best going down is to communicate. Now, my kings, this communication can be done before the going down or during the going down. You can have a conversation with your woman about things she likes, about things she would love to try in the other room. before the going down. And you can also do that whilst you're doing your thing. You can ask her what she's enjoying when you're touching a particular place. You can ask her how she feels about it. You can ask her questions where she wants to be touched. You can move your hands around somewhere and ask her how she feels it. This is because it is going to help you intensify the moment. The fact that you're talking whilst you're actually doing your thing is a huge turn on for women, especially if you're doing it with the right tone of voice and at the right times. It's a huge turn on for us. When we hear our men talk, in fact, a lot of women complain that their men talk less in the other room. We want to hear you. We want to know that we are giving you as much pleasure as you're giving us. When you do your thing with your woman and she's feeling it, she's going to make sounds. Even if she's not a loud screamer, she's definitely going to make some sound to let you know that you're doing something right. So it is the same way that us on the receiving end also want to know that we are giving you as much pleasure. So when you're communicating, you're saying things, you're talking dating, you're asking her questions, you're asking what feels good for her, you're asking what she wants to be done to her, and you're doing it how she wants you to do it. Trust me, it is definitely going to spike up that moment for both of you. And if your woman is also responsive, where she actually also responds to these things that you're asking her, and she also asks you some certain questions, trust me, or she talks dirty to you, trust me, that moment is going to be very memorable for the both of you. And that is why communication is key. Like I mentioned, you can do it way before the going down. You can discuss what new things you like to try, especially if this is your woman who you've been with for some time and you've been doing it maybe a particular way and now you want to try new things. You can ask about her fantasies. You can ask about things she wants you to do to her. You can also ask about things she would like to do to you. The both of you can have that discussion before the going down, and you can also continue it whilst you're going down. So yes, my kings, if your goal is to have the best going down, make sure to communicate. Now, the last way to have the best going down on my list today is to try new things. Now, my kings, you can never know the depth at which you can get to in the other room. This thing called sex is not just about going there and just doing one thing and coming out. There is a whole lot to it, and it starts in the brain. That is why, if you want to have that best time with your woman, you should make sure to try new things with your woman. There's no limit to what you can try. There is no limit to what you can do in the other room. You can keep exploring and discovering. And that is one thing that is so, so nice about it because you never get to the end of it. There is always something new to try. There is always something you've never done before. There is always something that can, take you a little bit out of your comfort zone and make you really go all out to intensify the moment for both you and your woman. So the both of you, that's why communicating is important. The both of you can think about it, you know, come up with something, set up something that you would love to try in the other room, discuss about it, or even do it impromptu. Like you don't even know you saw something somewhere and you just decide to try it out with her. Of course, that is when you can communicate it whilst you're doing your thing, or you can just do it because she's your woman and she trusts you to lead. When you try it and it is going well for her, she's definitely going to respond and let you know. So trying new things together is definitely a must do. And the goal is for you to have the best going down. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 5 ways to have the best going down. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do want to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell. Like this video. Drop a comment down below. Share this video with your family and friends. And see you in the next one.